10 naira into it and buy it for 10 naira. And it begins to appreciate because it is all like, programmed that way. It's a scam, kind of economic scam at a high level. If government is doing it, they don't call it scam, all right? But the overall effect is that if companies do this and they finally get exposed, people will go to jail. The business will go up like bust. But when government do it, right, what will happen is that the government can quickly put the entire burden on the entire country by changing policies that will then make it like austerity measures, like what you have in Nigeria. So gambling, okay, is like a criminal thing. So they undervalue it so that they can attract that free money. So once that free money is in, all right, normal, you are supposed to invest it, and this currency will gain value. It will begin to have something back in it because you've gotten free money, easy money. So once it starts appreciating, the value of whatever contending currency will begin to drop, and its own value will begin to high. And that simply means those who put their money on it when it was 10 naira, when the value improves, they will make more money. It is not to the benefit of the country. When the money you collected from them, it's not actually reinvested in that country, but you collected it only for you to be able to control how the money will move so that the people in the country can think you are working. Like I said, it is a good idea if the intention is to reinvest it genuinely into critical sectors like power. If the power improves, okay, and if you want to increase the price of electricity, whatever, it will correlate because everything will work hand in hand. And at the end of the day, production will meet demand, that is, supply will meet demand. And at the end of the day, the currency that is being traded in, which is the Naira, will start gaining value. That will be the moment that if a serious country wants to really help their country, you added you can increase the interest rate, increase that in order to further kind of manage your inflation, sort of, right? Then give them the minimum wage so that as the whole money is going in the economy, transacting, power is on, production is up, the Naira is being traded. And before you know it, some of these things are now some of the products being produced in Nigeria are moving to the neighboring countries gradually and gradually. The people in the country, they are enjoying the surplus of the availability and affordability. Also, the country in itself, right, is also going to be earning forex from those trades that are now, spilling over to the to the rest of the neighboring countries. And before you know it, that Naira will have strength. For example, now, the insecurity which has made, the production we are talking now may not be like power. For example, power is not a rocket science, so sure you get, but it's not something that you just have to start now and in the next 2 months, power is everywhere. No, it is actually like a long thing, okay? But that is just part one. What about security? What about the real art of what supposed the component part of Nigeria truly is? Agriculture, which is, they say Nigerians are like a past agriculturist because we always sort of go there and plant what we want, what we eat, until these rogue criminals, right, ruined the economy, destroyed it enough that even those who wanted to go and plant their own food are changing their mind because kusile is better than kusiberry. Kusile is to die at home, is better to die in the den of your abductors because you are on your own. So if you genuinely want to really help your currency, and it is not like taking a gamble over it enough that when everything finally boom, the rest of the country they can come and bear the burden. There will never be any break for them. So if the security improves and people can plant and really do, power is there, the Nigerian Naira within a year will actually genuinely meet its value, even if then they exchange them for 2,000 Naira. South Korea won. What is that money they spend in South Korea? South Korea $1 to $1 is about 1,400. 1,500. But how many of you will tell me you have not been seeing Korean products in your homes, your refrigerators, your TV, your that? You know what Koreans did? Eh? This is the government so that has, this is a country that has over $350 billion in their foreign reserve. Nigeria has $30 billion. And that $30 billion, Goldman Sachs brothers in America, and the other ones too, JP Morgans, they already took, Nigerian Emefiole and Bokwari, they already took a loan that they have used 30 billion of that money as collateral. It's pretty much like the giant of Africa has no real foreign reserve. But let's give it to them, 30 billion. Korea has over $350 billion in their foreign reserve. They said they did that to actually enjoy what Cardoso is trying to do for you. In Korea, Baba, if you collect bribe, now angin, are you listening? If you are caught in corruption, now shooting by firing squad, so what did they do? They undervalued their currency for investors. Okay? And their currency, which is their real money, has so much weight that a South Korean or a South Korean who is working, or anybody living in South Korea, they will tell you that per hour, they pay them per hour there too. Per hour of South Korean, what do you call it? South Korean minimum wage per hour is equivalent to $10, 18 cents. That is average of what they are earning in America per hour. What is the minimum wage of Nigeria? So when these Ashieris want to tell you that exchange rates is not the thing, the Korean can you compare Nigeria with Korea now? How many Nigeria products are in people's homes outside Nigeria now? How many Nigerian products are in your homes? I know some people are watching me from Korea here, and I just don't want to exaggerate. A lot of you can confirm what I am saying here now. Drop that in the comment for those who need to know. Because what they built on Korea's exports, Baba, Korea is exporting cars, exporting electronics, exporting technology, exporting other things that you can't imagine that their export record alone, Baba, is over $2 trillion a year. Just what they export out alone. So what that simply means is that the quality of life there is built on the quality of production that is going on there, engagement, the people living there. So they decided to just undervalue our money. Just investors can bring their money because they feel like they will make more. As they are bringing the money, we are putting them where they should be. And our people are having the standard of life they deserve. And tell me if they have been wrong with that. It is to their benefit. Nigeria is undervaluing its money. They have no power. The production industry, the production sector in Nigeria is not receiving any government attention. The investors they are telling you about are taking shot at your money. The money written in bonds. And the money collected from these investors, supposed investors, is with them in central bank, and they are using that, giving that to the Bureau de change so that they can show to you the dollar is collapsing, the dollar is crashing, the Naira is gaining. But what happened to the economy? Why is that not reacting? Why? Why is it that the most popular thing with these criminals of how to lift you out of poverty is to give you a bag of rice? Why? Why is it that to lift you out of poverty is not how to actually invest in your productive sector, manufacturing sector? I keep saying that. It's not to keep you safe and end the terrorism, provide security, and, no. It's about taking shot at the money. And they can control how much these investors will get. And you know something? They have collected their 3 billion so far, by the way, from those bonds. 5 trillion naira, 5.7 trillion naira bond rating. And they promise, it's like a promissory note. Give me your dollar at this exchange rate. I will give that back to you in a year time, when our economy must have recovered. But are they investing it? Can you say they are investing that than now that they are only trading in these currencies? So that's what Kolu told these guys when he met with them inside the Aso Rock last night. I mean, this one is not a long video, so don't worry, okay? Kolu says the way they are bringing down the Naira is the way they are going to bring down inflation. Listen.
And it is the hard job that you promised the people of Nigeria when you were campaigning for me. You promised them a good result. Didn't you? Yes. That's it. I have to work for it. No magic wand. I campaign on hope. I have to rest on that hope and push for that hope for the joy of every one of us. The economy is looking good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yes, we know we have the challenge of inflation. It's okay. We will bring it down. We are re-engineering. Our revenue is getting better, and we are taking our sovereignty and respect back around the world. Not that we have to go there and hire them to do the job for us. We are doing it ourselves. Whatever is happening to us, we have to solve it by ourselves. It is your effort, your thinking, your resourcefulness, your investment, your dedication and hard work that can only get us there.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Did you hear that? And they clapped. So you get being on renewed hope. Don't worry yourself about inflation. Don't worry yourself. We will bring it down. We are doing it ourselves. We are, yeah, and all of that word salad, okay? But I mean, come on. And people believe that. And I don't think people really believe everything that Kolu says. They just have to put up the art. Or does people believe what he says? I actually do ask myself that, okay? Like, does people believe these guys, like the people that have lied to you, substanceless, people who are of no real substance when they talk? Like you could see the whole emptiness, the whole, you could see through that. And like somebody said, it can be very irritating. But does people who believe them, do we have people who believe them, or people just put up the act to pretend that they are kind of following? Oh, I believe you. Yes. It doesn't really matter. Okay? Because what we know is that all of us know what they do. Everybody know what they do. Okay? As it is, for those who know better, we all know what they do. A lot of you know that Nigeria indeed is not working for the majority of you, and you know why. Unfortunately, even in that situation, a lot of you love your criminal oppressors differently. And that is really, really heartbreaking and very sad, if I must be honest. It's all promises. And like they say in America, politicians are all talks, no action. That of Nigeria is worse. When they say something and do something different, when it boomerangs, they do not take responsibility, like they pass it on. And they always have people ready to defend that. These criminals, like I said, really destroyed the entire economy of Nigeria and still doing it. But they are experts in passing the buck, pointing fingers, passing the blame. Oh, APC is the expert. If you have not really noticed this, they probably have done a number on you and you didn't even know or notice. APC is the gang of rogues, career criminals, kleptomaniac crooks, bunch of born liars. I am talking about unrepentant, soulless creatures that sometimes you believe they are living in a different world. I mean, I have seen a lot about them. Enough that they have blamed everyone, they have blamed everything for their own incompetence, their corruption, and what have you. These guys, they blame their opponents. They also blamed those they considered as enemies because they won't go to their slavish trajectory they have for all of us anyway. And it's actually not deadlier. Okay? These guys have blamed the day, they have blamed the weather, they have blamed the gods, they've blamed God. They've blamed almost everything for why all of the ideas for Nigeria did not work or is not working. But themselves, they never blame themselves because they never take responsibility. They would never take any responsibility. Even when they freely and somehow deceitfully tell you, we know that we have not done well, but we promise that, no, come on, man. It is worse in Nigeria, guys, in America, where you say politicians are all talks, no action. The actions of that of the criminals in Nigeria is deadlier. And as much as it is pricey, yeah, they all have their price, unfortunately. They ran Nigeria aground, shared all our resources, sold our properties as scraps to themselves. These are the guys that are the leeches. Empty the the National Bank, which is the central bank of the country, impoverished the country by driving them through the narrow road or the horrible road of borrowing. And right now, generations are going to be sorrowing. Those present are already sorrowing, borrowing to sorrowing, but they are still blaming everyone else. These guys were printing money. They printed over 27 trillion naira. It disappeared. That's over $50 billion. I don't think there's any corrupt government, in any part of the world that will kind of print money and make the money disappear enough that the rest of the country just probably look on. Is that possible? Because I know that, from what we have been told in the past, they said that America is such a country that has built so much reputation, right, that it can get anything by just printing money. America will just say, okay, go and print the money and give it to them. Sure, you get. I say, yeah, print money and shove it down there and all that. But a lot of it's not as simple as that, okay? Even though people say that, all right? It simply means that you are aware and those money can be traced or attached to something, good or bad, okay? You can say, yeah, the American government shipped $400 million to Iran. And this was